Morning! Welcome to my art time channel. Let's drink something heating and then start the day.
My Art Time channel is a YouTube home for beauty and its philosophy. I put cone jam on tea. It'll nourish our heart and prepare for an eventful video, which is a journey to the print exchange, art classes, Pleinair, recycling paper, and even cooking noodles. We are on our way to the print exchange. I'm fascinated. I'm not sure what actually it'll be like, but unfortunately I don't have enough prints, but I hope it'll be a nice experience. This time the print exchange takes place at X Winery Space, or Windsor Wood. Now it's an art center where everyone can become acquainted with contemporary tendencies. I treasure this opportunity to meet other artists and pick up their vibes. We really are, at some extent, social creatures. We need others to evolve and change. Changing means growing. So when you apply new techniques or just carry out another experiment, you evolve and grow as a master. Artists exchange their experience. You give some of your ideas away and you get new inspiration, techniques and people, those who will understand and support you. Okay, there are situations when artists don't feel confident about giving their works away and they consider other artists as rivals in the way to fame. Indeed, competition complements your improvement, but negative emotions rather stop you from development than contribute to professional growth. Here I am discussing some of the etchings with two of my professors who changed my life completely. They are the ones who introduced me the world of graphics and helped me to discover inner freedom. Here we talk, meet people, get fascinated. What can be better? Another perspective is super important because you may not like what you do, but others will. Maybe art is an alternative reality. It's a wonderland where everything is possible and where you allow yourself to be whoever you like. And you are free to travel around other worlds that artists create every day with their imagination. The event was amazing. This is the one that we've got now. After such a replete night with art and communication, I have a lot to think about and reflect on new knowledge. On the way home now, and then I will show you the prints that I got, and they are super. I had a talk with one of the arrangers of the exchange and we discussed paper. I'm not used to spending much money on paper, usually I choose ordinary one for watercolor, but he's changed my mind when showing pieces done on a more expensive etching paper. So here are the prints. This one is the first linear cut of an artist. And I decided to exchange it because this is what I remember from my childhood. Here's another artist. I like the usage of two colors. This technique I find the most interesting one because it's somehow connected with the photography process. I'm not sure of the way this technique is realized, but later I will search out for information. And also we have a little piece of another work here, and I guess the artist just didn't like it. This one is my professor's artwork. I've longed to get one. This artist works with linear cut. You see that the lines are sophisticated. This artist specializes in botanical sciences This artwork belongs to another professor, and this was an experiment of the Russian motifs and folklore themes. I was so pleased that my professors, who are considered to be famous artists, just decided to exchange with me. They're a student. My group mate uses the mezzotinto technique. I really like the logotype, the congreve, which is the little cat. This is what I like the most, okay? I like the pink color a lot, and this technique is called ebro. I'm not sure, I will check out if it is the same word in English, but you put just some colors into water, and then you put a piece of paper there on the surface of this water with colors, and you have only one print as a result. It's a sword, and the artist who made this, it's actually a lino cut, said that it's a special object that you put in your space to be safe. It's the super big one. We are so happy that I had this experience, and now I know more about other techniques and I can apply them also in my work. Any sense of life is about happiness, and if something makes you happy, you just have to do it.
Academic drawing teaches to construct a picture according to the vision of an artist, and it also keeps brain fit because you have to analyze composition and color all the time. I'm painting with oil now. Since very first sight, I just knew that I would do this composition in oil technique, and I decided to accept this impetus. I believe that intuition has a great guiding power in our life, and art can enhance intuition efficiency. It's a fancy vintage still life I'm working on. We have a knot channel wrapping, a beautiful photo of I don't know who, and some old Italian pop box. It smells so tasty. One of my group mates who collects these things brought all this for our still life fund. 3 or 4 hours of plunging into still life gets you to discover beauty, and it is only a little part of a big world that we see every day. Just imagine how much beauty there is around us all the time. Beauty is worth living on this planet, and we are gifted to see this beauty if we want. Even a minute of our life cannot be wasted, since you see, even a minute may last forever. It's better to be forever happy than otherwise. You have to be involved into art all the time, do it on the daily basis. And you also have to think on composition and the way colors complement each other. It may be difficult to do on your own, but you need to be open-minded for constructive critique and try new materials and newly got knowledge. Sometimes it's a genuine challenge to start drawing at home, but once you begin, everything turns out to be easy. There are ups and downs, it's trial and error way, and it's okay, the way it should be, so the life remained interesting. Here, I'm moved by beautiful plants. Cacti vibes put my mind on thoughts of being safe and confident. Maybe because of their prickles. Oh, and here comes Fiona. She's interested and curious about everything on my table. I continue with cyclamen flower. It prefers a low temperature, so after finishing, I'll put it to the recessed balcony. By the way, soon the balcony will turn into an extra room, and I'll use it as a home studio also. At least I planned this way.
Look at our collection of onion and garlic. This one started to sprout not long ago, and wow, they're so tasty and juicy, and I want them to blossom, by the way. And here's another one. I placed it into the ground last week and it started sprouting prematurely. I don't think that's bad because, well, we are inside and it's okay. Unfortunately, I've caught a flu and I have a running nose. It's super uncomfortable and I hope it'll be over soon. I can't attend the studio classes, so I have to stay at home, and not to waste time, I like to draw at home, so I'd like to continue doing my illustrations. And by the way, about these illustrations, I'm my friend. Hey, I know you're watching this. We've decided to make up our own book. She is a wonderful poet and I'm a wonderful illustrator. I'm doing illustrations for her poems and I have 10 maybe by now. Today I'm going to continue. Yeah, I drink an ordinary coffee. Not everybody likes it, but it's okay for me now.
This is going to be an ex libris. It's a printing genre. An ex libris used to be put on books as a clear illustration of an author's personality. For Darina, I've developed a concept of a well as a metaphor of her infinite talent, which is cool and refreshing as a well water in a sunny summer day. Later, it'll turn into an etching. Pets make the content, so enjoy my little hamster's journey. Zephyr, is his name, is a curious little guy who is also very smart. He knows perfectly every spot in the flat. Communication with pets really helps to relax and stay calm after a long day. Just look at her. She's so plump. Let's enjoy this bizarre deer, which wishes us Merry Christmas. Finally, I'm out and I'm going to the studio to finish my still life and start something new. It's worth letting some of your successful pieces go. For example, you adore one of your works and then you have to sell or give it somebody as a present. There will be something inside telling you, "No, don't do that. It's mine forever." Indeed, letting pieces go frees your mind and you just make more without feeling attached to the previous steps. However, there are save points. There are paintings or drawings that mark your progress. It's better to keep them for some time, just like a save point in a video game. Keeping these works will allow you to remember a newly developed technique and practice it more. After mastering it, like finishing the game, you just let it go and start a new one. So I finished my still life and started a new head. So I think that the day was productive. Let's celebrate every step we make towards our mission.
Hey guys, today is the etching day, finally. Oh, I missed the studio so much, so finally I will go there and print everything I want. By the way, something else happened. I decided to learn Japanese in earnest because I've always had this dream to read haiku and all these traditional Japanese poems just in Japanese and understand and discover something new in my heart. And there was a philosopher, Schleiermacher, who said that
With every language you learn, you open something up in your soul. I feel like learning Japanese. I feel like this culture corresponds with my inner perspective. And I know that Japanese history is the bloody one. I don't misunderstand Japan itself and Japan we see in animes, for example. But still, I think that, well, this country may help me become better. And I've also noticed while trying to learn all these hiragana and katakana, I really started practicing and using my brain power, and it's easier for me now to remember some random words or random numbers and just hearing them for one time. And I think it's a good reason to learn a foreign language, to practice your memory also.
Cats look surprised after this confession.
Whoa, okay guys, bye. I'm going to the etching studio, don't miss me. Oh, they won't.
Welcome to the etching studio. Every brick looks fancy here on the building. Today I'm working on a new plaque. It'll be a calendar with bunnies. 12 hairs for each month of the following year. So many hairs on such a little spot. Well, they propagate fast. According to Chinese horoscope, the year 2023 will make people vigilant, witty, quick-minded, and ingenious. Since it's a water rabbit, it'll gain people with the following features: gentle, amicable, able to adjust readily to different conditions, but with a weak mindset and principles. What does it mean for artists? I think it means artists will be more amicable towards each other. To make the year prosperous, you have to stay polite, be witty enough to react fast and accept changes. Artists have to work on their weaknesses and improve the willpower. Share in the comments what you think the following year will bring to artists. They say that the following year will be a year of hope. My hope is peace and union with others. Do you believe in lucky numbers? Lucky numbers are determined by the animal of a year. So, rabbit will bring us the following numbers 3, 4, and 6, and numbers containing them like 34 or 46. Lucky colors are pink, red, purple, and blue. And there are also lucky flowers. Well, I believe that's because rabbits eat plants, so lucky flowers are lilies and jasmine. And now things that we should avoid. Unlucky numbers are 1, 7, and 8, and numbers containing them, like 17 and 87, and etc. Unlucky colors are dark brown, dark yellow, and white. That's interesting. I think these colors are depressing, but white is just an empty color. It's an opposite of life. Okay, I hope I'll get to the metro safe because there's water and ice and I also have to buy 5 envelopes because I participate in Christmas card exchange, and I will send 5 etchings and I will send 10 etchings to 5 people. Then I'll get some cards in exchange from other people. That's the right angle to shot because the cat is above. My cats act like landlords. It's a spontaneous video about the way art shapes our mind. So now I will let the cat go and I'll continue.
So I'll tell you about some insights that I've got on this theme. The first way art shapes our mind is that art teaches us communication and social behavior. In 1964, Yoko Ono carried out a performance when she allowed the audience to cut pieces of her clothes off. And the most crazy thing about this performance is that people were excited about the new limits set by the artist, and they didn't leave the performance, but on the contrary, they went onto the stage and continued to cut off her clothes until she was completely naked. In one of her interviews, Yoko Ono told that she wanted to let people know that they can do everything. And when I watched this performance, I thought that if you don't set particular boundaries, people won't stop asking you for doing something, or they won't stop manipulating you. So you have to forbid cutting your clothes off. Another way art shapes our mind is that it teaches us to focus for a longer time. For example, we are carrying out some idea, then we are working on a composition, and then on details. This all takes a lot of time, hours or days, and we get really involved into the process. Nowadays, when our attention usually stay focused just for 15 seconds or 1 minute, we desperately need something that would teach us to concentrate. And the last and the most important way art shapes our mind is that it teaches us compassion. It's when the theme of war and peace comes into the discussion. During a war period or any aggressive situation, our brain blocks the ability to feel for others, to feel anything, and the brain has to distance from this destroying reality. On the contrary, when we enjoy art in a museum, for example, we find ourselves in a completely safe situation and our mind is open to new information and it receives this information of suffer. All great art is about struggle, sorrow, and suffer. So when we find ourselves in this situation, when we actually can receive this emotional information, we experience this ability to feel for others, we experience this compassion, and we become better. These are insights that I got brooding about art and what it means for me. I like to carry this comprehension with me into the following year. It's a nice cold day. Perfect for drawing outside. I decided that I'm in the right mood to go outside and draw. Maybe with watercolor or just pencils or oil pastel. I don't know. I took everything with me, and though I wasn't really excited about painting outside during summer, it turned out that winter is the right time for me to do that. Seeking out for beauty outside, you discover beauty inside. That's what I believe in. The French Impressionists made the Pleinair popular, and it is still increasingly popular today. I like to find some communities and join them. I like that you get a direct view of the subject, and it's always beneficial to work from life. For example, now I've observed birds, and they were so fast, they moved all the time. And now I can work faster. This beautiful alcove is located right in the woods. I desperately need a break and something hot. Not much a human needs for happiness, just something hot. It's so cold. Oh, now I'm going to draw this alcove and maybe with oil pastel. Painting in winter is an aggressive way to meditate. Okay, being earnest, it's super relaxing and it trains your eyes to catch the figures fast. This is about getting new experience every time. No photo will give you this impression. Real life draws your attention to the sound of trees, little birds singing, swirling clouds, and different other stimuli around. Finally home, and here's Fiona content. Thank you for being my YouTube star.
Merry Christmas!
I've decided to make Japanese udon noodles, and I started with making dough. I also have here two types of bouillon, a chicken and a fish one. And also I'll put into this udon bouillon soy sauce. Though it's Japanese food I'm making, I feel like an Italian chef. It tastes so good. It has such a deep flavor. I didn't think that it would be that good. The final step to cook noodles. It smells like I would die, but try it. I'm the one who believes that artists don't have to be hungry. They need real food to be hungry for art. So that's what we've got. It is Japanese noodles, and I have bouillon here also, udon noodles, and a little bit of nori leaves. Let's try it. It is perfect. It's just like in a restaurant, and I didn't know the exact taste, but I think the flavor is the same. I encourage you to try cooking noodles at home also. After packing noodles away, let's go back to the etching studio. Right now I'm working on a new flake. It is an mixed flavors with a well, and it looks like a big trouble because my agglutint was awful and now I'm trying to solve this problem. If you exercise art, there are ups and downs happening on the regular basis. It would be great to have less downs, but you have to work harder and have more of them to call yourself one day an artist. Art really teaches you to accept downs. And it teaches you not to be overexcited about ups too. It's about balance more. As you can guess, these are my cats. They both are very different and they both share one house. Do you see these icicles? Do you see how big they are? And I have to go right there. What is the chance that I will die today? I'm in the post office, ready to send 5 letters and 10 postcards. There will be my calendar and winter bears. I don't practice snail mail a lot. I didn't even know that post office sells envelopes, but it sounds pretty logical. I hope that the letters will be delivered. Let these letters be the vessels of joy and happiness. Now I'd like to make my recycled paper. This time I make a frame of a bigger size. A frame, a mosquito net. Also, I like to experiment today with different patterns, and today I'll have a flower pattern. Here is dried lavender. We have a wide emotional spectrum and we react all the time towards everything around. Plants grow better and faster when they are put into a house with kind people who treasure their green friends. They start fading away when people quarrel a lot, tear the leaves for fun, or move the pots without any necessity. The same goes with us. We feel positive when others treat us properly, and we feel depressed when the surrounding atmosphere is aggressive. Though plants can't choose their owners, people have this unique gift to decide and shape their own environment. It's up to us to choose a positive, encouraging, and respectful surroundings. If you don't want to suffer oppression, anxiety, or mortification, you have a choice to quit the game and start a new one, to choose a wider and a more fitting pot with good soil. Plants can teach us a lot, and we can be grateful also and give them a chance of a happy life, providing them with a nice pot and good care.